War Thunder, Hoi 4, City Skyline. Fair enough. I can see. I can see why you and Bob liked each other. War Thunder. I know that he used to rage a lot on that. Probably still does, to be fair. I used to play your War Thunder years ago, but I haven't played War Thunder in a long time. I'm assuming it's probably very different, or it's the same. I really don't know which. Don't really know if which is more of an insult, to be fair. But very different, way worse than before. Oh wow, went downhill. Fair enough. That was kind of the worry I was thinking, is like, is it like, you know, not as good as it was before? Because I'll be honest, I didn't really get on with it before. Like, I think the problem I had is I went from like, ooh, it's you know, it's a game like IL-2 Sturmovik. Oh wow, that's some fucking horseshit, making you get the premium just so to, yeah, that's. I guess they realized a free-to-play game where you can progress and you only, like, the only real special thing is special planes isn't really as economically viable as they were hoping. But to be honest, for me, like, I played the game and I was like, it's just not IL-2. I'd rather just go play IL-2 if I want to play like a jet fight, like a plane game, or if I want to do dogfighting. IL-2 Sturmovik's just way better. And I will, that is a stance I will stand by to the day I die, no matter how buggy and absolutely shitty IL-2 can be. Especially if you're trying to land on a carrier. That is absolutely horseshit. But I will stand by the fact that IL-2 is better. You enjoy Postscriptum and Squad, but sadly can't find people to play with. Never played Squad or Postscriptum. I'm not really, like, I like the idea of Squad, but just never really been interested in the multiplayer aspect. And are we going to Belgium, or are we coming out of Belgium? Oh, we were in Luxembourg and I never noticed. Whoops. Yeah, and also Postscriptum, if I remember Postscriptum correctly, it's a World War II game, and I'm just not the biggest fan of World War II and 1. Or is Postscriptum a World War I game? I don't remember. Either way, yeah, it's just not the period of history I'm interested in. It is World War II. Okay, I was right. I've seen that pop up on Steam a lot, so I was hoping I was correct. Verdun is World War I, yeah. Verdun, and is it Ienzo? That's the other game made by the Verdun creators. I think that's the other front, isn't it? The Ienzo or something? You believe so, yeah. Pretty sure. I'm not going down to 50. I refuse. I must admit, driving the Scania is it's just so much smoother than the DAF. I love the DAF to bits, but this is just so smooth. Squad is also very fun. I've never really seen, like, I've seen a bit of Squad, but, like, all the people I've seen who kind of, like, have played Squad are pretty much people who play Arma religiously, and they just say Arma's better. And I love Arma. Like, Arma 2 was one of my favorite games. I used to log on to, I can't remember what they were called, but there were servers where it was like, what's the way to put it? There was these essentially like survival servers, but it wasn't like DayZ or anything. Like, it was more like, it was Arma, but like random stuff would spawn all over the map. You'd spawn with obviously nothing, and you'd basically run around picking up vehicles, getting like rare planes and crap. I don't know if it was Arma or RP. Either way, it was essentially, like, it was like a survival thing. I don't know, it might have been Arma IP. I cannot remember the name of it, but basically we used to play that. About 10 of us used to play together in TeamSpeak, and it was an absolute blast. Like, if I could go back and stay up till 7 in the morning playing that game again, that was great. When it came to Arma 3, I never played Arma 3 as much, because Arma 3 was like a few years after, like quite a few years after we all kind of stopped playing together, so. But I've always liked the idea of playing Arma 3, but I have got Arma 3, and I have played Arma 3. I mean, like, multiplayer-wise, I've never really got into it. I feel like if you're going to play, like, Milsim on, like, Arma, you need, like, the, stuff that, you know, like, the stuff that they, do the bullshitteries on, like, Soviet Womble does his bullshitteries on. I can't remember what it's called. The, Zeus mod, I think. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, that one, I feel like that's massively required if you're going to play it. And I just don't know that many people. There's also the Anastasia, isn't there, where you can, you know, be a resistance and some shit. Which again, another mod I want to play, but you need a lot. You need quite a lot of people, and it's just and a good PC to stream stuff like that. So you know, one of those things. I feel like messing about on this is a lot easier. But yeah, Armor's are very good games if you want like realistic game combat, like you're what I was saying. Definitely a great game. That's got me wanting to play Ready or Not now, because I want to play a good gun game. And Ready or Not is probably one of the best gun games I've got at the moment. People love Ready or Not. Nothing like playing a basically just SWAT, but like the 2020 versions of SWAT. Great game. If you've never played Ready or Not, I definitely recommend it. It's a really good game. It's absolutely hilarious when you open a door and your friend gets his head blown off and just start there. Instead of like you know, being all professional and being like, shit, my friend just died, you just start laughing because your friend just got absolutely ganked. Hilarious. I feel like that's a very dark thing to say. It's like, yeah, my friend just got his legs blown off, I'll piss myself. Yeah, that. Obviously, Twitch, YouTube, out of context, that sounds bad. In context, it's perfectly fine. Please keep it in context. Are we going to... Okay, yeah, we are going to the Eurotunnel. Makes the most sense. The quickest way over. Got to rest in 4 hours. We've got... Okay, we can get there before we rest. Perfect. This Scania is doing an absolute job on its first job. It's perfect. Totting those miles up nice and slow. I want at least 1,500 miles on this beast before we end the stream today. I want to make sure this truck's getting its dues. Oh, shite. I was thinking to myself, will I get caught there? Will I get caught? Of course I did. Of course I goddamn did. And then as soon as I, like, you know... Oh, bullshit. Speed limits, you need to figure this out, SCS. Get your speed limits sorted out. Oops. No, look, you know, oh, no, we want to be over here. What am I doing? Alright, so you were playing medic most of the time, but never carried a weapon. Mobility medic. Every single squad wanted you when you joined the server. You got like 200 revives in 3 months playing. Hot damn. Fair enough. Damn lot of good. That's a damn lot of revives. I think whenever I've played Armor, I've always enjoyed battle rifles. Hacksaw Origin Armor. Yeah, exactly. You know. I think if I was to like play like in a milsim, I'd want to be in like a battle rifle battalion or a I feel like battle rifles, sniper. I do enjoy a bit of marksmanship in games like that as well. Can't say I'm a great marksman, but you know, I enjoy being a marksman. I'd definitely say if I was going to play, I'd want to. I've just gone one over. Oops. Technically, I can't go down here, but you know, I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah. I feel like I'd probably just be infantry or like battle rifle company. Depending on obviously what the missions, you know, depending on how obviously it goes and that. Right, to Folkestone. Alright, we'll come out on this side. There we go. Like a glove. God, I love this truck. Getting the Mighty Griffin tuning pack was a bad idea because now I don't want to use anything but Scanias. They look so damn good. Get around here. So once we've done this, we'll might try and stay in the UK. We'll essentially just do whatever pays the most. Like, hopefully staying in the UK pays the most so I can, you know, do some traversal up to the north. But I just don't have a very strong belief that we're going to be staying in the UK. One second. Just lights. Worry about that later. Okay, we're going to be turning this way. Right, we're on the right now, aren't we? God damn it. Gotta remember. Sorry, we're on the left, not the right. Alright, to Southampton we go. Our beautiful Scania is going to let me out. Thank you, Scania. Right, off we go. At least in England, we know exactly how fast we're allowed to go because we can actually read the signs and be like, yep, we actually get to go 50. Awesome. It definitely feels weird driving around England without Pro Mods because, yep, it's very different. I didn't think I'd notice the changes as much as they are, but yep, there are a lot more changes than you'd think. Or at least than I thought. But I must admit, all this talk about milsims and that really does make me want to play Ready or Not. I may have to re-download that tonight and have a little bit of fun tomorrow. Oh. Can't believe it's been only an hour and 50 minutes before I started yawning. Progress. I'll be honest, we're probably not going to get 1,500 miles on this today because I am not going to be able to stream as long as I did last night. But at the very least, I want to get 1,000 miles, and I think that's more than possible. So let's do what we can to get here. There's a beautiful Mercedes there pulling some chemicals of some sort. Oh, look at that. Dude doing some harvesting. Getting that wheat going. I feel like he needs a tractor next to him to, you know, pull all of the stuff. But then again, he hasn't got the biggest field, so maybe you can just come by, harvest all of it before he needs to, you know, use the machine to pump it out. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Clarkson Farm, for teaching me how farming works. Would not have had a clue if not for you. Oh, we can go 60. Absolutely put the pedal to the metal then. One thing I am looking forward to is when we get our what's it called engine, our 700 brake horsepower engine. That I am looking forward to. Gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of fun indeed. Spin around this bad boy. It's gonna be really weird when I edit these and I see my Scania instead of the DAF. But thank you for the hydrate. I will hydrate as soon as we get to where we're going. Due to the fact that knowing my luck, I will crash, and I do not want to crash my beautiful Scania. On the preservation of my Scania, you'll have to give me a few minutes to get that hydrate going. Do I want to go around you? Yeah, I do. You don't have enough wheels there, buddy. Look at this King Scania. That's right. Get out of my way. Oh, this is a 60 now? Right then. Daff, you are a beautiful truck, but you're no Scania, so... As they say, out of the way. We'll be at Southampton in no time at the rate pace we're going. So, and it's one thing I will say is it's always weird to think that I think the fastest you can go in this game is in the UK. It's a nice color. Well, it's a nice color, but it's not my truck. Therefore, you know, we don't care. The only thing we care about is this beautiful Raven skin. Because look at it. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, looks like we're getting a bit of congestion here. What truck are you? You look like a Scania. Oh, I was right. Look at that. Oh, finally getting some right. Perfect. I'll be honest, I get trucks wrong so often. All right, officer, do you want to, like, you know, go a little faster there, bud? You know, going under the speed limit is just as dangerous as going over it. Can't remember where I heard that, but I believe that is actually true. Going slower than the speed limit can actually be just as dangerous as going faster than it in some regards. I don't believe it's obviously as true. Like, it's definitely more dangerous to go higher speed, but I think there is like a saying somewhere about it. Either way, go faster. That's the message here. You know what? Because you're going slow, I'm pausing it and gonna have a drink. My throat is getting quite dry. Okay, our goal right now is to pay off our loans, I think. Actually, how much money did we... Okay, while we're here. It's not what I meant to pay. So, right, on average, we're making... Yep, I was right. I knew that was going to happen. Shit. This is why I should have repaired my truck before I gave it to him. Because he's now making minus 19 quid an hour a mile. Because of me being a dick. So, on average, they're making... we'll say 2.5, 3.5, that's 6. They're making about 8.5 if we, you know, average out. We're paying 12 grand a day, yeah, because I decided to do 5 loans of that because I used 2 loans to pay off my big loan, and I essentially made my loans worse. So paying off some of those loans is actually probably going to be more profitable to me than, you know, buying another driver. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. I'll be honest, officer, you're going really slow, and I don't appreciate it. Wow, look at that! Because I had to move into the other lane. You went so slow that it just, you know, ruined it for me. Absolutely rude. God, I love this truck. There definitely needs to be an XF21, sorry, DAF 2021 tuning pack. So I know there's one for the XF, which does the just does the XF, and I think the XF 105. But there definitely needs to be a tuning pack for the new the 2021. Because I feel like that would look really nice with a tuning pack. The officer, because you're not willing to go the speed limit, I'm gonna go past you. Oh. Fuck you. No headlight usage, you prick. Oh, it is 8 o'clock, to be fair, though. They should add more Scania models. To be fair, they should just add all of the trucks. Like, they should add all of them. I think the problem is SCS is a small team, which means they have to split their time between. So first things first, let's remember that SCS was originally just working on ETS2. They then split their team, or I believe they might have hired a new team. I can't remember exactly how they did it, but they essentially then got a second team, and by either siphoning members from Team ETS to then Team ATS, and then each individual team has to work on multiple things. They have to work on maps, they have to work on trucks, and they have to work on like miscellaneous models such as the cars that drive by and stuff like that. You know, the other entities in the world, such as that. We have to remember that essentially, while we could hope for new stuff, we have to remember that if they're working on a map, the likelihood they're working on a truck, depending on how big each individual team is for the ETS team is and how big the ATS team is, we need to hope that they add new stuff, obviously, but we need to unless we know how they split their team's time up, and if their team has a specific like they have maybe a division of that team whose specific job is to work on trucks and make new trucks and adapt the trucks. Obviously, there is also a licensing thing. You have to get licensing for trucks as well. Just like cars and racing games, you need the licensing from the license holder. They would obviously I don't see them having any issues with the license holders, given the fact that they've got DAF, Volvo, Scanias, and if they want to make new trucks from them, they probably don't have too many issues with it. It's probably more of a time to make the models issue. It's one thing as a previous game programmer, a university and that, I know pretty well what goes into making games. And given how big their team is, they have programmers, map makers, miscellaneous model makers and stuff like that. Depending on how they divide their time up, they're obviously going to be very it's not as simple as they just get to make it. Because obviously, look at how beautiful this model is, and they have to adapt all of the extra stuff for it, make all of the different variations of chassis, make the different head spaces if they've got different head spaces available. It's definitely a big process to make models that are this good. So, while I want new trucks, I think that them making new maps is actually easier and more sustainable in terms of production quality, because you can make some maps you may be able to reuse buildings in certain ways. Obviously, we know that they reuse certain buildings, but obviously they definitely make a lot of them as well. I'm gonna get that one. But yeah, we know that they obviously reuse stuff. That reusing stuff doesn't matter. Oh my god, I can get a 650. Do I want an extra 50 horsepower? Is it 30 or 20? Wait, how much horsepower do I have? Oh, I have 580. I want an extra 70 horsepower. World map. Okay. But essentially, what I was saying is, the way that they do their resources and that, we have to think about that. And essentially, it's easier to make maps than it is make a truck. Because trucks, for the most part, you're going to be doing from the ground up. Unless you're doing a truck that is a very similar model to that you've already got. But even then, if they're not gonna be doing that. So they're gonna be building a truck from pretty much the ground up. Maybe they'll have some assets of the other versions, other say Scanias, if they make a new Scania, that they'll be able to essentially just use. But for the most part, they're making it all from scratch. Whereas obviously, with maps, there it's a lot easier to make. Still not the easiest, but easier. Now, how much is this massive engine gonna cost me? Truck config. I like how it's you can light and medium cargo is not really for you. It's yeah, just give me, I don't care, 10 grand, give me the engine. Beautiful. Yeah, we need to rest, though, so let's actually see what jobs there are before we rest. So what jobs have you got for me? We've got a job to... Okay, so you've got a job to somewhere I haven't been. It's some oil. You got some jobs down to Santander, which is... I think this is obviously going to be the best. It's the only one that I'd really consider doing, I think. A 14-hour trip. But it pays really well. So we'll go take that. Wait, how long does it have left on that, actually? Sorry, 1 minute. Oh, yeah, it's 20 hours left on it, so we can just, you know what? We'll go pick it up, and we'll start resting when we've got it. Oh, yeah, one thing I should do. Good. Make sure it's on the cruise control panel. But yeah, that's pretty much what I, my general consensus of like what I hope. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I hope SCS does new trucks, because I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty much probably always going to use the same trucks. I like them using them in quick job, but when it comes to like, you know, the trucks I own, I pretty much always end up owning the same trucks. But I really would like some new ones. I can't believe we just got... We've gone up nearly 200 horsepower from our DAF. Okay, so 4612. If we take a longer one, do we get paid more? No. Then why on God's green earth would I do that? Something I haven't understood. I know there is some ways, especially in American truck, you can earn like an extra £3 a mile, $3 a mile, just by changing the truck, or you can lose money, obviously. But like, it doesn't seem to work as well in ETS, which is a shame. Because if you wanted me to take an extra long one of these, and you'd pay me like an extra £5 a mile, like any day of the week, I'd do that. It's actually good. I think I think the black and orange work better than the black and white. But let's. You know what? At the moment, it's gonna take us 14 hours. What if I go in there? It's gonna take us 16. Okay, yeah, we'll go to the. We'll go to the smarter route then. Straight back to where we came from. Okay, one thing I want to plan is we're going to... Okay, we're not going to get anywhere near Frankfurt. And there's no collectibles here. So this is just a straight, easy trip. We'll plan our... as soon as I get out of Southampton, we'll plan our trip. Plan our rests. Go into this one, because we're going to need to go into this one to... get where we're going. I like how I get a speeding fence right before the thing changes. I can't win. I just can't win. I just can't. Also, what are we called now? We're called a master. We are now officially a master, no longer a professional. So we started as a newbie to an enthusiast to a skilled worker to a professional. 54 deliveries. Oh no, 48 deliveries we finished technically. Oh, this also includes free roam. Ah, we're 2 off of doing a whole 50 deliveries. I feel like we can probably get that done today. We'll see. Okay, how long do we have? Do we need to rest? An hour and a half. Literally just started yawning, so I should have known that was an hour and a half. Okay. How long is it to our first, like, place that we can rest? A lot longer than that, so we're going to have to rest here. Okay, we're going to have to, unfortunately, waste a little bit of my time. Which means, unfortunately, we'll have to rest twice on this journey, which is doable, but not really what I wanted. Do you know what? Do you know what? Heck you, I'm pushing to here. It's 2 hours and 1. We're gonna probably get a little bit of a fine, but like I'm not wasting my time resting early. That is not a good use of my time. Hey, my LED's working now. I like it. My little Scania LED in the window. If you didn't know what truck I was driving, you definitely do now. My little Raven in the back. I love it. I am very smitten with this truck. I am more smitten than I was with the idea of having really cool electric windows. Or like video windows. Camera windows would probably be the better way to do it. Yeah. And this V8, oh, 650 brake horsepower is what we want to see from a truck. I'm gonna risk it. It's fine. It's only half an hour.